look at least not like a zombie.
So yeah, isn't that neat? That's Jay does that. So you guys, if you're looking to be on a featured show, or if you want to host a featured show, that emoji Jay guy right there, the one that was just in the box, he's the one you want to reach out to. He's going to point you in the right direction and get you hooked up. Now keep in mind, my featured show is a bit different than most. Like I hold a couple of pretty strict rules during my featured show. There's absolutely zero bully tolerance. Like, I don't really tolerate it anyways, but here, like, you don't even have a chance to fix yourself. So if you want to stay and hang out, please remember, be kind, be respectful. Okay, that's all I ask, is to be respectful, and you're welcome to be here. So if you think that you feel like being inappropriate or saying something ridiculous, just know that you'll never be welcome back in my stream under that name again. Okay, I don't tolerate it. It takes a very strong, amazing souled individual to put themselves on my show. They make themselves vulnerable to help other people. So I just won't tolerate it. Okay. I even brought my book today because I knew that I wasn't, I was not going to have my head on straight. I've not the sleeping and the this and whatever. So we do have two amazing guests. We've got Bammer up first, and Queen Danny's going to be on second. Danny, if you don't know, that means you're going to be on around 10:35 to 10:40. Okay, within that 5 minutes. Deal. I'll stay then. Okay. You guys, I do want to remind everybody, average people who happen to have gone through something and are willing to share it, so that people out there who are going through the same thing or might one day go through the same thing, they know that someone else come out on top and they could do the same. And this is my show, is it is all about the motivation and the positivity and help people get through things and lifting one another up. And when I tell you, the people in my stream that come to see me all the time are some of the most amazing people. If they don't see me for a couple days, they're in my DMs. Where are you at? You good? You okay? It is truly like amazing that when you just be yourself and you're open and you're honest, your people will find you. Your people will find you. Well, I would hope you're recording. It's a featured show. So if you guys see someone in the comments, am I lagging again? Oh, crap on a cracker. Thank you for the roses. Lori, hello. I'm not lagging on my end at all. Okay. Oh, man, I'm nervous. Just don't move. Okay. So I'm not allowed to move in order to keep my Wi-Fi or whatever. I don't know what's going on. We streamed from this exact spot a week ago, and we had no problem. So we're here. We're going to do our best to sit still. Yeah, until I move my head, Flirty. Just watch. You'll see. Because I am terrible at sitting still. I'm afraid to breathe too much, y'all. The only thing I can do is move my eyes. I'm going to have to let you in the box. All right, so either way, guys, we're not professionals, okay? We are simply people who are here because we care about other people, right? Like, that's what it is. Yeah, make sure you guys are favoriting the guests. We're going to do the Q&Q, and then Danny, or Bammer, I'm sorry, is going to hop in, and we're going to start in on our lessons learned. So our quote and question is, we choose to go to the, this isn't it. That was the old one. Hold on, pause. I had to move. Oh, man. Here it is. Okay. No, that's not it either. Guys, it's like not even, I wonder if I grabbed the wrong one off the table. I think I grabbed the wrong one off the table. So we're just going to go with this one. It says, I love living. I have some problems with my life, but living is the best thing they've come up with so far. What is the best thing about your life right now? Whew. That's a hard question for me, guys. What is the best thing about that? I have the ability to be here for the people that need me. That even though these are some of the toughest days that I think I've ever gone through in my life, I know that it's going to be okay. I know that it's going to be different. I know that it's going to be hard, but I also know that it's going to be okay. All right. Any of you guys would like to share what is the best thing about your life right now? Brittany said her boyfriend. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. What are you guys thankful for? What is the best thing in your life right now? Room and board. Okay, that's nice. That definitely helps. Makes it easier to get there every day, right? Come on, y'all. Dude, you're not thankful for your softball? Ooh, my grandma walked. My mom just sent a text message. Sorry. Not having to struggle. There you go. Waking up in the morning, being above ground, life in general. Yes. Knowing I have a faithful God. There you go. There you go. Thankful for bacon and whiskey. I mean, sometimes it's the little things that get you through the day, right? Sometimes it's the little things. Oh, thank you. I think that was Miss Payne. Oof. I did not Lions. Okay, well, I don't need coffee. Lions, I did not. And I'm afraid to scroll up that I'll push something wrong. All right, guys, we're going to get Bammer in the box. All right, ready, Bammer? 3, 2, 1. Hi. How are you?
I'm good.
That's good. That's good. Thank you very much for being willing to get on my show, especially as a new streamer. I imagine it being,
Nerve-wracking?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, it's okay. I enjoy talking about my story because maybe I'll inspire somebody, you know?
Oh, you can do this. So,
Uh-oh, I can't hear you.
you can't hear me? Can everybody?
I'll try real hard.
Okay, can you hear me if I'm in here and I'm loud?
Yeah.
What's going on? Do you think because of my service, should I move up? I don't know what to do.
I think it was because you added me and just messed up the sound a little bit.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to yell. Welcome to Lessons Learned. Apparently, we're having technical difficulties today, so please bear with us. Yeah, nothing
It's okay
new.
now. It's good now.
Okay, all right. We good? Okay, so Bammer, just tell what are we gonna be talking about, love? What is your life lesson?
I used to fill everybody else's cup before I filled my own. I used to hear about this thing called self-love, and I never knew what it was. Look, I'm getting emotional already. Wow.
Okay.
And people say you have to love yourself before you can love others. And I never knew what that. Oh, I do love myself. Oh, I do. But my self-love hinged on what other people thought about me and how other people felt about me. I never understood it's how you feel about yourself. Like self-perception affects your self-love. And it seems like self-love should be an easy thing. And it's really not. It's really hard to love yourself. It's really, really hard. And to be able to treat yourself right, it is really hard too. Like you could sit there and you could tell somebody, oh, you look beautiful today. But can you look in the mirror and tell yourself you look beautiful today? A lot of people can't. Well, I'm getting to that point where I'm able to forgive myself for the dumb stuff that I've done, or, not loving myself for all those years, and actually give yourself a break. Love yourself, I love me. Other people might not, but we are our own worst enemies, for real, for real.
That's been my journey. And I'll tell you, in the last 3 weeks is when I've really realized that I thought that I'd figured out how to love myself, but I clearly haven't. And it's because for me, I was holding on to past. And I was holding on to things that I thought other people, the way I thought other people felt about me. And I was wrong. Just because I felt that way about me, they didn't. And when I was able to understand that people look at me differently than I look at myself, and then put into perspective how they see me and actually really stop and look at myself. And I started this weird thing. And I know that some of you guys have heard this before, and I haven't done it in a while, but we're going to start doing it again because it really helps. You get up and you look in the mirror and you high five yourself and you say 3 positive things.
Self affirmations. Yes, yes, yes. Well, I mean, like I said, I could sit here and I could look at you and I could say, gosh, you have beautiful eyes. Your hair looks great today. I love your smile. But can I say, hey, Bammer, I love your eyes. You're beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like, telling yourself that you're beautiful is way harder than telling somebody else, or giving yourself a compliment or a break even. Like, like if somebody messes up, you can tell them, you can be there for them and be like, it's okay, it's all going to pass. But can you do that to yourself? Can you do that for yourself? Can you be there for yourself?
I don't like these questions.
That's hard. That's really, really hard. And I'm trying. I'm not perfect. I still have bad days like everybody else, but I was in a relationship for 25 years. So I was my parents' kid, then I was his wife, and I was my kids' mother. I never knew who I was. Never. So learning who I am and loving me, it seems like an easy thing to do, right? It's not. It's very hard. But I'm getting there. I'm like 70% there.
Yeah. It's crazy how when you're not afraid to be yourself because you love yourself, the amazing people that you find that are there. And they're always there because they know who you are and they've already accepted that. And I think that that's been the hardest thing for me to realize on this journey. It's like I am lovable. I am not a bad person. I do have a good soul. Like I can make somebody else happy. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm not quite ready to date. I don't think that I'm quite ready for that. I'm not ready to feel happy in that way of life yet.
But it's okay to date yourself. I take myself out to eat. I buy myself flowers, like that song, it's okay to love yourself. It really is. And I need people to understand that it is okay to love yourself. Is every day going to be okay? No, it's not. But it's okay. It really is okay to fill into your own cup, pour into your own cup. Oh, fire. You're on fire.
Sorry, I'm not looking down to be a butthead. I was trying to change my picture, but I cannot get my other phone to even connect to the internet here. So
no, you're okay. I understand. We have to do what we have to do. Love yourself. It's okay. Be happy, able to do it. It's called silver lining. You know what I'm saying? Silver lining. We all have to find it.
Oh God, we do, and I think that it's so much easier for us to focus on the negative, right? Because once you start thinking negative, the negative thoughts they multiply and it becomes worse and worse. And the more you think about the negative stuff, the more the negative stuff keeps happening. And the more that I've learned to focus on the good things and the acceptance part of things, the more good things come my way. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect in that, right? Like, I still find myself like boo-hooing, like, and then I'm like, ew, because I already know that's going to take me down to a whirlwind of ugh, and I don't want to go there. So that's about trying to pick yourself back up and then focusing on what you have, because it can get worse. It can get better, but it always can get worse.
Right, silver lining. I mean, that is something like I've always been kind of like a negative person because I was around negative people. So now I try to either put myself around positive people or just focus on myself and be alone. I when I got a divorce, it was COVID. So I was single for the first time in my life during COVID. So I'm like, what the heck? You know, like it was a very downward spiral for me. Like I turned into an alcoholic. I recently quit drinking. I'm 4 months sober. I'm doing it for me. At this point, I'm not doing it for anybody else, and I don't care what other people think about me. I'm doing it for me, and that's all that matters. You know, once you start living for you and doing for you, then the only person that you can let down and the only person you're worried about letting down is yourself, and that's when life becomes better. I think personally.
Life becomes better when you just learn to accept
Thank
the
you.
things you cannot change, the courage to change the things you can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I think sometimes this is just a really big topic for me. So I try to cover many areas of it in case somebody's listening and theirs isn't the exact same. Oh man, now I forget what I was going to say. I should have just kept talking and explained after.
It's okay.
Go. God damn it.
I'm trying to remember what I said, but I'm getting
I
old.
was like, I think it's easier to what? To what, Lily?
The older we get, the more, you know. Yeah, COVID was, and during COVID, I actually thought, like, because I was in that spot where I didn't feel like I could be alone. I mean, I was with somebody for that long with my kids, you know, I didn't know how to be alone. I didn't know how to love myself. And I was completely, you know, alone. So I found somebody who showed me attention, that fell in love with me, quote unquote. He used me, abused me, treated me like crap, you know, but that was a life lesson. That right there was a life lesson. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need you to love me. So now it's really hard to penetrate my bubble. It's really hard to get in here. It's really hard to get in my peace and my space that I have created for myself because I don't have time for that, you know? Thank you.
Okay, I think I remember what I was gonna say. Because it was something with the
Okay.
to change the things and the wisdom to know the difference. I think a lot of us we want to fix other people. Like for me, I wanted to fix everybody because then I didn't have to fix myself. It kept me busy enough that I didn't have to focus on me. And
Oh wow, yeah.
I found once I God, it was kind of like I had an epiphany at some point where I was like, oh my God, do I even like these people? Because I tried so hard to change who I was to fit their quota, to meet their criteria, just for them to accept me. And it turns to find out I don't even freaking like any of them. Most of them I don't like.
And then shit on you. And then shit on you. And then crap on you. And then they crap on you. Crap, sorry.
Like,
you know?
That's okay. So now I don't ignore the red flags. I don't allow myself to be put into situations I don't want to be put in. And I definitely no longer do things because it makes you happy. Now, don't get me wrong. If I'm with you and I pack your lunch every day and it makes you happy, I'm going to pack your lunch. But I'm not going to stop working on cars. I'm not going to not go hiking and backpacking. I'm not going to stop doing the things that I love. And I'm not going to do things that I don't want to do. I'm not. Now, don't get me wrong. If you're really into racing and you want to go to this racetrack and I'm like, whatever, fine, I'll go. But first of all, give me earmuffs. I'm deaf enough. Okay. I already know that crap's loud. Okay. And then also, like, that means when I want to go see that chick flick at the movie that you refuse to go to, you're coming to that chick flick with movie.
It's a give and take type of thing. It should be give and take. It really should be give and take. But my whole life, people have just take till I'm depleted, and no longer am I doing that. So.
This is a good topic. It's refreshing.
Thank you.
In my brain. I find myself.
I think it's something as women, especially, we struggle with. I'm not saying that men don't struggle with it, but as women, I think we struggle real hard because there's a lot that people want from us and expect from us. And I'm living for me, and people don't like that. They don't like it. It seems like they would love it, seeing you grow and love yourself. And I mean, it's okay to be a little selfish. You know, be selfish yourself.
Put yourself first. Okay, well, I mean, just think about this. When you get on a plane, what do they tell you to do? You got to put your mask on first before you start helping other people, because if you can't breathe, you're useless to everybody else. Oh, she just froze for me.
Right.
Oh, wait, I hear you, but you're still frozen. Oh,
I
crap.
know we're frozen.
I see the gifts. I think it's, I don't
I
know. I
moved.
think it's just a thing with my connection. I wonder if it's an app to app thing. I don't know. Okay, not now. All right, yeah, she's good on my end too. We pour so much
We
into our
pour so
kids.
much into our kids and making sure.
Exhausted mentally. Yeah, I'm exhausted just from being to help my grandma and sitting with her.
Well, my kids are grown now, and it was hard for them at first that I didn't put them first. But my son actually came over last night. He's turning 22, and he was like, it's just a breath of fresh air being around you now. Like, you seem so much happier. I was like, yeah, because I love myself now. You know, yeah, I love myself now. That's a big difference. He was like, I'm so happy for you, and like gave me a big hug, and you know, it felt good. So people can see it. They might not understand it at first because they're used to you catering to their every need. But once you step back and it starts working and it starts showing that you're happy, then they'll see it. And if they don't, then they weren't ever meant to be there. But if they do, then great. You know, it feels real good. It feels like a little accomplishment. You got to take your accomplishments in life. You got to congratulate yourself, pat yourself on the back.
For sure. For sure. All right. So our time is very quickly winding down. Is there anything else that you would like to add to this? So if you guys are just tuning in real quick, let me catch you up. This is Bammer, and we were talking about self-love and looking at the cup as half full, not half empty, and accepting yourself and loving yourself, and then realizing once that happens, the rest of life just kind of happens nicely. And you're happy, and your smiles are real, and it's just a really good feeling once you figure that out. But yeah, did you have
self positive self manifestation? There's a book on it. I want to get the book. Maybe that would help. Uh-oh. Now I'm really frozen.
You're not for me. Oh, now she is. All right, till she comes back, we're gonna hope she comes back here in just a second, and then I wanted to ask her a little bit about her stream, when she streams, a little bit of personal stuff too. So hopefully she makes it back for that. But while we were talking, it made me think of this quote that I seen. Bammer, if you can hear me, come back, babe, so I can do the exit tro. I don't know what to call it when you leave, but I gotta ask your questions. Like, you have an intro and then you have a what?
An extra, an intro, and an extra.
But it sounded funny.
It does.
I was like, extra.
So,
all right, so yes, go ahead, continue.
I try to, in my streams, because I heard you say you wanted to ask me that, I just try to keep it positive. I had a stream recently where I had 4,000 followers, and it just got too much and became dramatic, and people became jealous, and I got banned. So I'm starting my account over, and I really need pointers on how to not let that stuff in, because it's very difficult, because I've never been through that before. So I need to rebuild. I want to keep it positive. I kind of want to do something like Girl Talk with Bammer, like this or something. I don't want a bunch of guys like in there trying to sleep with me. I'm not into that. So I'm trying to figure it out.
Like, I have it, I believe it's in my bio. And when people bring up dating, I just say, I'm not dating. I'm not interested. Like, it's just not my thing. But you need to know what your boundaries are and make sure that you've got, and don't do a ton of bouncers at first. You know, you pick the people who are there with you the most, and they know you the most, and they're willing to listen to your rules and follow them. But it's all about what you want and what you don't. And if there's something you don't like, it has, now they might come back, but it becomes more of they want a reaction. And if they can't get reactions out of you, they're eventually going to stop. But if you even give them a hint that it bothers you, they're going to keep coming back and they're going to keep pushing, and it's going to be that same thing over and over until they break you. So we have to remember a
Yeah,
couple
that has
things.
happened.
Instead of the self-care, self-love segment, hold on. Okay. I need you guys to listen to this, and I need you to listen closely. The trolls on this app and the people who are out spreading negativity are miserable people. Their lives are miserable. They've not found self-love. I don't know who they are, how many diamonds, this, that, or the other. If you are a negative person and you treat other people poorly, you don't love yourself. Figure that out and then come back. Okay. So you need to remember that first and foremost. Hurt people hurt people. They're going to say what they're going to say that they think is going to trigger you. You can't be triggered. Because if you say, oh my God, I had some guy come in and you look like Mr. Ed. First of all, and I just said, first of all, I know you're full of crap. I didn't say that word though. I said, because my smile is one of my most favorite things and I don't even like myself. You know what I mean? And then what are they going to say to that? Do you know what I mean? It's about coming up with the quick comebacks and shutting it down. I barely get trolled. I probably will now because I said it, but I don't really get trolled because I just
in the comments already.
Now you can come at me. You can come at me all you want. And if I feel like playing with my food, I'll play with my food. Otherwise, the red come out, right? So see? So you've just got to remember, like, you don't want to kick everybody just because they're in your stream. Some of my favorite people to date had no pictures and didn't speak the first umpteen times they were in here. And they're some of my favorite people today. So
You're
don't judge
third
somebody
streamer that has told me that with the picture thing. You're like the third streamer that's told me that.
Because everyone's like, oh, it's automatically a troll. No, they just are new. They have no idea what's going on, and they have no, you know what I mean? They're learning before they put themselves out there, and that's okay. But you know, it's like I said, when you have a troll, they're trying to make you feel the way they feel. Don't let them. They're miserable. And when they're going to come and anybody comes in at you in a negative manner, it's because they're sad. And I will just sometimes stop. And I even have a song for some of them who just can't stop. Come into my stream. I'll play it for you outside of a featured show.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And then sometimes we just all stop and say a prayer. We're like, obviously, Joe Schmo needs some attention. So everybody right now, let's just stop and say, you know what I mean? Like, and you kind of make it to where, like, what are they going to say? What are they, you know, but now if you are like, who are you? You don't talk to me like that and blah, 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 then you're going to get, they're going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing until you've exploded. Now they posted on TMZ to make you look like a bad guy, even though all you did was finally defend yourself.
Right? Well, they get mad at you and then report you and you lose your account like I'm going through right now. And I was gonna give it up. I was gonna stop streaming. But then somebody told me, then you let them win. So.
And that's the other thing. If y'all are having a hard time, don't delete your account. Hop off it for a bit and then come back, because then you got to start all over, and that crap sucks too. I got a few people on here that wish they hadn't done that. You know what I mean? If you need a break, it's okay to take a break. Just don't delete your account. You know, because then you can come back once things are fixed. So keep that in mind next time. But just remember, guys, hurt people. And if someone's out here trying to make you feel bad about yourself, just know that they are miserable, and that you should just pray for them. Honestly, I pray for my trolls. like I do. I don't really so much. I pray to like a Mother Nature because I feel like her and karma are far more dangerous than one's God. So I pray to like karma and Mother Nature. That's my thing, right? I'm not gonna be. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a. I go to church every Sunday. I don't. But I do believe in a higher power. I do believe that there's angels and they're watching over us. So there's definitely something. I just don't know what it is. And without visual proof, I can't. I have a hard time with that connection, right? But I know Mother Nature's real because I live in Ohio, and one day it's summer and the next day it's winter. So,
I'm in Michigan.
and I believe in
Michigan.
karma because she's thrown me through the whirlwind a few times when I have misbehaved or been inappropriate to people. Let me tell you, when people do wrong, karma will have at them. Okay, and remember that don't worry about getting yours, right? Don't worry about the paybacks. Let karma handle that because she's gonna handle it in a way more fierce way than you could ever possibly think. So don't put yourself through that stress and drama either,
Thank
guys.
you.
Um, but all right, Bammer, when do you stream? Because we're gonna get Queen Danny in here in a couple minutes, and I got to do at least one tip and one question.
I don't really have a set schedule. That's something I need to work on too, but usually every day after like 8 o'clock and sometimes in the morning.
Okay, and you said your streams are more the positive, uplifting, looking for girl talk kind of stuff.
Yeah,
All
that's
right,
what I'm
guys,
moving to.
guys, when you enter Bammer's stream, be prepared because you know I'm Girl Talk 101 and I will light it up and make y'all very uncomfortable. No, I'm just kidding.
I really like that. I like having all the females in my stream and just having friends to talk to. And, we just talking, but I'm trying to format it differently and try to come at it differently this time. Definitely.
T, you're used to it. Get over it. I'm just kidding.
It was nice meeting you.
I've met T in real life, and I tease him all the time,
Uh,
and he teases me back. And he's a real life friend.
Real life
It
friend.
is all about making friends. I've met people. Now there's Boop and Stabby, Brittany. I've yet to meet them, and I've known them from here for a while. But I've met quite a few amazing people. Now, don't get me wrong. I met a few people who were not who they said they are. But I guess that's part of life. You live and
Danny,
learn.
I don't know what happened, but you're more than welcome in my stream anytime.
And yeah, guys, if you're in here and you fave somebody, make sure you let them know that you favorited them and they're going to favorite you back. I got to start doing that more too. Just everybody favorite. Worst case scenario, you go to a stream and you're like, this isn't my cup of tea. Then you just don't go back. Like, it's okay. You guys got to remember, we're not everybody's cup of tea. Just like you don't like everybody you come across, and it doesn't mean that they're bad people. It's just not your vibe, right? Like, you can't vibe with everybody. Nobody can. But you don't have to be mean. You don't have to be negative. You just don't go back, right? And that's okay. And if they're awful and they're mean and they are cruel and you see them hurting others' feelings, then yeah, I remove the favorite. But if you're just not my exact cup of tea, I'm not going to remove my favorite. I'm going to leave you. I'm going to keep my favorite for you, but I'm just not probably going to visit often. But if you're
My
mean,
client is awake. I have to go. I'm sorry.
all
My
right.
client is awake.
Oh,
I
thank
gotta
you so
go.
much. All right, Danny,
Thank
are
you. It
you
was
ready?
nice meeting you.
Bye, honey. Thank you. Okay. Self-care tip number 1, drink plenty of water. Self-care question: what have you done for yourself today? No, you're good. We got it all done anyways. I was gonna let you go after I finished that anyways. But now we're ready for Queen Danny. We're actually on time at 10:38 today too. Here we go.
Good
I have people in
morning.
here that won't drink their water, Danny. Hi, Danny up there. Sorry, Flirty. I'll call you Flirty and you could be Danny.
Water, water,
Oh,
people,
man.
water, water, water. Hello.
All right, I talked a lot there for a minute, so I'm gonna let you just dive in.
That's all right. So I'm kind of in the same, same topic. I grew up with, being told, keep your head down, don't look for attention. Guys are bad. They want, what you shouldn't be putting out there. I My parents were both very young. My mom was a 16 when she and turned 17 when she had me. My dad, was just super strict. So I was taught to cook and clean and be at home and take care of a house at a very young age. And that's all I knew. So I thought that that's what was expected of me because that's what I was taught. I did get married at a very young age um, as well. Um, but I put into everybody else. I naturally am a caregiver. That's what I do for a living. I've been in the medical field. It'll be 29 years this year. Um, I've always put into everybody else and not taken care of myself, essentially. Um, and it took me until um, 2020 to realize that I'd had a couple mini strokes at 36 and then one at 40, and that's when I made the decision. The stress, taking care of everybody else, not taking care of me. um, I needed to make some major changes in my life. I quit smoking, just started like focusing on myself, which I felt guilty because, for taking care of myself. I really did. I felt so guilty. Thank you. And I decided to divorce my then husband and move south and kind of separate myself from the majority of my family because even though I had my own kids, a spouse, my work, I still had to like drop everything. I was the go-to person in my family in the medical field. So I was running all over the state, taking care of everybody, missing work, missing out on stuff with my kids. Um, and I had to change. I had to change it all. Um, and for the first time in my life, I am comfortable with who I am. I'm happy. Yes, I'm single. I am dating, and this dating world is ridiculous. Let me just say, um, but I'm focusing on, caring for myself. I'm on a weight loss journey. Like I'm doing all the things I need to do. And I am still working as a caregiver, a private caregiver at that. So, um, I do 14 days on. I live with my client out of state for 14 days. And then I come home and have 14 days off. So, you know, it's a different lifestyle at this point. Like, but I'm happy. I'm finally happy. So that's where we're at.
Oh God, you stirred up when you said, first of all, thank you for being a caregiver because you know what I'm going through. And for anybody to put that much of their time into a person,
Mhm.
guys, I'm not even doing all of it and I'm exhausted. And I have been doing this for about 2 weeks. I could not imagine the 24/7 care and the exhaustion and the God, just the hard times and seeing them struggle and like for me not being able to do anything, um, it's hard. And I just thank those of you that are willing to give so much of yourself to people you barely know. So yeah, thank you for that. And then back to what we're talking about. When you said that you feel guilty for putting yourself first, like I that hit because I think that was the hardest part was I wanted to make myself happy, but then I upset other people. And then it was like I found myself in this little kind of like a cycle of I don't know who I want to make happier. And it became a problem for a while. And I had a really hard time. Like I still don't go out because I feel like I feel like even though my daughter's like, Mom, go out. You can go out. Like, it's okay. I still don't go out because I used to go out all the time. And now, like, I feel like it's not something I should do. And I don't know why. It's weird. It's really weird
Yeah.
to feel
Yeah.
guilty to want to go out to have fun, and to make friends. I don't know.
Yes.
That
I,
stirred up
I
all kinds of stuff.
and I gotta tell you, like doing being a streamer 3 years ago when I started this, because it just turned 3 years, I never imagined even putting myself out here you know, I didn't want the attention like that. But I moved from Maine, middle of nowhere, to North Carolina in the middle of a pandemic, not knowing anybody other than my daughter and my cousin who lives here. And I will tell you, um, this is woo. This has given me bonus, bonus. This has given me a place to just kind of socialize. And again, being a caregiver, I can't. You have to be careful bringing back things to, you know, your clients. So, um, but I've also learned a lot on here because people on here can be really, really, really rude, and it actually made me stop streaming for a little while because I was letting people hear what they were saying to me affect me. You know, and I had to learn to not do that. I really did. Thank you. I had to learn to not do that. And those of you that know me for the last few years know that I supported, you know, somebody who just literally just took everything from me on this app. But we're rising above it, and I'm putting myself out here, being on people's shows, which I don't normally do, and God love you all for asking me, because I normally would be like, nope, not doing it, but I'm doing it. So,
She said in her live, she's like, I'm finally doing a featured show, even though I don't. I'm like, oh yeah, and I reeled her in.
Right. So it's all good. We're here. We're here to have fun. And honestly, like, you either like me or you don't. And if you don't like me, you don't need to come into my stream. Essentially, that's what it boils down to. Not everybody is my cup of tea or I'm theirs, and that's okay.
And
that is okay.
It is, yeah.
Exactly.
And people come and go, and like I noticed for me on here, I miss a lot of like my morning people, because I'm sorry, y'all, I work late, and getting up early just isn't in my agenda anymore. So if you are a morning streamer and I don't visit you, I'm sorry, I still love you. I'm sleeping.
Right. And that's self-love. That is self-care and self-love. We need to sleep. We need to, you know, do those things.
Well, for about 2 years, I forced myself to get up so I could be in certain streams to support and this and that. And you know what I mean? Like, now I'm like, nope, that 3 hours of sleep can kick rocks. I am going to sleep for 6 today. Thank you. You know, well, but I would.
Please know I set my alarm to get up for you this morning. Just saying. I streamed for an hour and a half. I had a cup of coffee. My second cup is sitting here, you know, so, but this is what we do when we support other people. But I do have my boundaries and my limits.
Yeah.
You're killing me right now. You're killing me right now.
Oh man. So, you have to have your boundaries. But you know, it's crazy how the people that I find, or that Jay finds for the show, and then it turns out to be two amazing women. They're both caregivers, and they both kind of picked the same topic to flow together, but wasn't repetitive. Like, isn't it crazy how this is why I love this show? Because you just never know exactly what's going to happen and what's going to come out of it, you know?
Yeah. Thank you.
So I needed today. Ooh. Both the long hair and the pretty eyes.
She's definitely got the lighter hair.
She's more blonde, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, you guys both have them pretty eyes, the same shape.
I
can't tell, are yours green or blue?
They're green.
Okay, yours are blue.
Mm-hmm. Blue. Yeah, I'm all about the, you know, positivity, and I agree with Bama. Like, you know, guys come in and people come in and they're trying to shoot their shot, but I have learned to set those boundaries. Sometimes, you know, I'm up for the shenanigans, right? But it's very rare at this point, because I know that I need to set those boundaries. I'm not on this app to date. I'm keeping Dayton separate from this app. And I'm doing that for a reason, because I have talked to people off this app, and it always turns into they want to control. They don't like how I'm talking to other people and acting. I am who I am. I project myself the way I am every day in my stream. You know, yeah, I can be flirty and have fun too, but you know what? I have to set those boundaries. So, Dayton is separate from Meet Me, period. So,
I keep it the same way. And I'm not, there's the same cat that was out here last week, but he's just this, he walked right by last week about the same time. That's kind of funny. Sorry.
kitty.
That cat all distracted. I am all kinds of distracted this week. It's lack of sleep and my brain's everywhere else. Oh my Lanta. Booyah. Thank you. Who was that one? Oh dear Lord. All the gifts today. I'm not used to that during my show either. My, thank you. Too much. I didn't have any Fireball last night. I was a good girl because I had to be up early for the show today. No, they won't kick you. They know better. So I'm going to ask, and I should have asked Bammer this. What do you think is the biggest difference in your life now that you've put yourself first?
So I find that it's a lot easier to keep the negative away. I like in my stream or just in life general, I try really hard to project positivity and surround myself with people who are positive. Because life is too short. We're not promised tomorrow. Again, I've had too many strokes, so that was like a huge eye opener for me. Typically, if you have many strokes, it leads to a major stroke, and I'm trying to avoid that. So I just stay in, my own space and try to remain positive. So we just, protect ourselves.
Yeah. I needed to hear a lot of this. I think I needed some of these reminders, because sometimes when we're stressed out, like right now at this point, yes, my grandma is going to come before most things in my life, but this is like a temporary thing, right? But I still have to remember me in this. And, it's, sure. I have a hard time leaving, but I have to be home by at least like 7:30, 8 o'clock so that I can spend that time with my daughter who's still here and well and needs me too. So I'm trying to learn to divide my time up and still have energy and be positive. It's not the easiest in some moments, So to have this space and to be reminded that, things are going to be okay. And as long as I keep looking at things positively and that we can get through all of it, no matter what kind of feelings are thrown my way, in the future, because it's going to go one of two ways. And either way, it's going to be a journey,
That is true. That is true. And again, don't forget to drink your water. Yeah. Drink your water. Keep hydrated. Take care of yourself. You gotta, fuel your body. Yes, and we can't forget the coffee. However, Sarah has a real addiction. She's got a problem.
I know she does.
Let me just put that out there.
I was in her stream when she got her new coffee maker or machine, the coffee machine. Right. And she was talking about it like the day after she got it or whatever. And I was like, oh God, I wish I just have regular old fashioned 4-cup pour coffee thingy and it works. It works.
Yeah. I just drink black
so
coffee.
Every time you see Stabby, a little bit Stabby down there, just tell her to drink water because she only drinks Mountain Dew, like 8 a day, and it's bad. Yes. What? So remind Stabby to drink water. There's that's what they all say. There's water in coffee. There's water in the soda. No, it's not the same.
No, every cup of coffee you have, you need to replenish with a cup of water. Just saying. That's just a fun fact.
It is.
Okay, so 2.
No, you're not.
But if you get one,
Look, y'all. Okay, for those of you that are younger, did you know that one of the best things you can do for your skin for youthful age is to stay hydrated? Go ahead, keep dehydrating yourselves. And then before you know it, you're going to be all like a dried up raisin. Go ahead. You know,
Yeah,
be all
no, I'm staying
raisin.
hydrated. I'm 46, almost 47, so I'm looking to stay hydrated. That's all I gotta say.
Not yet, Stabby, but if you don't drink your water in 20 years, it's going to catch up.
Right, right.
I already look like a raisin.
Man,
Yes, definitely hit you with the favorite. I'm going to make sure I got you right now. I got you right now. And then, yeah, definitely check you out. And, you know, anybody that's on my shows, welcome back if they want, if you've all got other lessons, especially you two ladies. So, Danny, when do you stream? What do we find in your stream?
Well, I do not have a set schedule. I work 14 days straight living with my client. So this past rotation, I actually did stream in the afternoon. But like I streamed this morning, I streamed last night. I stream when I can, essentially. If I'm not feeling it, I'm not going to put myself in front of this camera and try to entertain people. I'm going to do, you know, something for myself. But I absolutely love, you know, chatting with people and catching up. So I stream just as often as I can.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Like work and schedules, it's crazy. I never know when I'm gonna get to get on right now. But look for Danny, guys. Make sure you guys hit her and Bammer with the fave. Go check her out. Danny's positive vibes, and she's funny, and she makes me laugh. So check her out. I will let you go. Thank you for being here, and I appreciate you. And
Love your face. I appreciate
don't worry, in a
it.
few months I'll ask if you want to come back because I'm going to get my on the show too.
Okay, now I am North Carolina.
Right. Bye.
Bye.
Uh-oh. I knew this cough was coming. I could feel it tickling my throat for the last like 10 minutes. I said I got to get you on my show next. Yep, I know you heard it that time. Well, Catch, I'd love to have you too. But my was who I was telling. But Catch, I'd love to have you on too. I'm pretty sure you've got some lessons. Oh, dang it, Catch. I'm so jealous. Congratulations. Yeah, I like to have people come back, man. Especially when you all got good lessons. Congratulations on that teal ring. I leveled up yesterday too. It was an accident. I'm trying really hard to get to mine. I just leveled up to 58 yesterday, but we're still on a future show for 3 more minutes. Focus, Lily. I'm sorry, Meet Me. Please understand that between the coffee and lack of sleep, I can't stay focused today. Okay. So if you're just tuning in, this is Lessons Learned. My name is Silly Lily, and we meet here every Friday from 10 to 11. If you missed today, we had Queen Danny and Bammer, and both of these amazing, beautiful women shared with us a whole lot about self-love and putting yourself first. And 5K dartboard, nice though. They were on, they made themselves vulnerable in an amazing way to prove that we've all got to learn to love ourselves. We've all got to learn that we come first. It's okay in times, if you have somebody you love and they're going through a hard time, it is okay to put them first for a little while, but you still got to make sure that you're doing the things for you also. Make sure you're eating, make sure you're drinking, making sure you're sleeping some. You know what I'm saying? Drink your water, Stabby. Water, folks. Water. All right, guys. Now listen, we've got about a minute and some change left. So if any of you know of another featured show that you're going to be on, or if you have another featured show that you adore, please. Oh, here's the Q&Q. I found it, Jay. Please shout it out in the comments. I know Smurfy has her show. I know that it's changed, and I work on weekends, and I don't remember when. I work nights and weekends, so anything on nights and weekends, I'm like a disaster at, and I'm here kind of. Shout out your other favorite featured shows, guys. I know you got was it Boss Branding here at noon. In about an hour, you got Live, Love, Learn with Triple L, or Live, Love, Laugh with Triple L. You've got one that's Saturdays at 8 p.m., right? Eastern? Mez Story, Meow with Kitty Commander. Yep. And Kitty's is Mondays at 9. And Mez's is Sundays. I don't remember when, though. Sarah, when is your... Oh, my God. Sarah's is fun. Like, y'all, favorite Sarah. Sarah, when is your show? Saturdays? I'm probably wrong. That's what. Make sure y'all favorite Sarah. Oh, I was right. That's why I can't be on it, because I'm at work. Saturdays, 5 p.m. Eastern. Okay, favorite her. If y'all want to laugh and watch people try to say funny things, because she teaches you Dutch, right? She does Dutch, and so she writes out the words, and we got to try to say them. And oh my God, German. Sorry, it is. I've watched it, and it's amazing. Wait? I woke up late. That's okay. It's a fun show to be on. It's a fun show to be on. I've never not laughed watching that show, is what I'm saying. Like, it's I've never not laughed watching her show. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Thank you. So guys, yeah. If you're new here, please hit my top 3 gifters. All right. Top gifter of the stream is Booyah. Then you have Smurfy and Catch. Make sure you favorite them. Favorite everybody in the comments. What's up, Ace? I was like, Big Spoon, what? I had to click on your picture. And look, guys, if you favorited someone in here, make sure you tell them. They can favorite you back. Check each other out, right? Favorite everybody in here right now. It seems like we've got some pretty nice souls sitting in here at the moment, you know? And that's a good thing. That doesn't always, you don't always have such positive people all the time, right? But so for those of you that did witness this 1 hour, right? She had asked, how do you control the trolls? And I don't know many other featured shows that don't get trolled, except by maybe 1 or 2 people once in a while. I've got a pretty good control of that over here, and I think they know they can't get to me, because I'm sorry, I'll just pray for you. I'll just pray for you. Thank you, Fred. No problem, Bobo. Thank you for being here. Danny, thank you for being here. Love you too. Oh, you guys, that was a good show. I just gotta do a couple deep breaths, recenter. Now, that wasn't like a I'm going to cry emotional kind of thing, but that was kind of like that swift kick in the derriere, like as a reminder, you know? Everybody gets trolls, but I don't really get that many. When I go to other streams, what I see is nothing, or what is here is nothing compared to what we see in other streams as far as the trolling goes. You know what I mean? I can say that with confidence, that I don't have a lot of trolls. And when they do, they don't stay very long. So. Buddy, hello. So I think that like Danny, one of the things that I learned is like, and again, I don't know if maybe I'm just lucky or if it's just the way it worked. I don't know if it's a legit thing. It just is how I think it worked for me. And that's, you can't just block every Tom, Dick, and Harry, right? Like, you've got to, hi, Jesse. You got to pick and choose, you know? So if they're just coming in being like ridiculous, kind of annoying, you kind of just got to let them run their mouth and completely ignore them, because then they get bored of you. Now, when you delete them, when I delete them, then it turns out they just make another account and repeat the same stuff that they just been in before. Right? Oh, nice, misunderstood. I'm glad that I can... Well, I didn't do anything today. That was my guests. My guests are who helped you guys today. I just listened and responded and talked back a lot. But without them, none of this would have been topics of conversation today, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm going to go in just a minute. I'm doing some kissing.